Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. Welcome back. Let's just get into the show. I'm trying not to pause so much. I feel like I'm pausing a lot because in a natural conversation way, you would say something, wait for someone to respond, but since there's no one here, it's just me, I'm trying to practice just going and talking without the pause. It's super hard. It is Friday, so feeling I'm one of those people that because I don't have a normal job that's a Monday through Friday thing, I've always when the weekend hits, I'm always a little bit more stressed out because that's when everyone else is off and everyone else is available to do stuff, and there's parties and things and people want to make plans. But I mean, obviously things have changed a bit. Things have slowed down quite a bit, but I still get anxious when the weekend hits because I want to keep working, but there's usually things to do, and that takes me off my game. Monday's always been my favorite day because I love that where a normal person probably waits for Friday to happen. I wait for Monday to happen so that I can start new and start working on things. It is weird to not have a certain schedule and still live by some sort of normal thing where, I don't know, I do have that thing where it's Sunday. I can relax any day of the week that I want to, but for some reason I still have that. It's like in my DNA that Sunday is the day to relax. It's weird, but Mondays, are my favorite day. I think Drew Barrymore tried to, the thank God it's Friday. Drew Barrymore tried to bring back the thank God it's Monday thing. So I know there's other people out there like me that just can't wait for the new week to start new and start creating more stuff. So anyway, the things that are going on today. There's a YouTube channel by a guy named Aaron Doughty, Doughty, Aaron Doughty. And I've been watching his channel for a while. I don't know if I wasn't there in the beginning. I can't remember exactly at what point I started watching his channel, but he kind of has this story where he was selling women's shoes, and he wanted to be a full-time YouTuber, and he was getting into the whole spirituality thing. That's, kind of the thing that I do. It's kind of that new thoughts create your personality, creates your personal reality. So anyway, his video today was about that. So Joe Dispenza, who he was in the movie What the Bleep? What is that movie called? It's a movie about quantum physics. What the Bleep? It has a little bit longer name. I'm looking it up. So What the Bleep Do We Know? So it's a 2004 documentary about quantum physics. So it's kind of the introduction of what The Secret movie was talking, or not the movie, but The Secret book was talking about when that came out, where there is scientific research that that positive thinking does work, and it can change your reality. So when you stub your toe in the morning and you spill your coffee and you do a million things, and you just you keep that mindset of everything goes wrong for me, it kind of makes the whole day prove that you're right, where everything does go wrong for you. Whereas if you could just shrug it off and think, everything goes my way, eventually your day is going to shift. And even if it doesn't shift, if you just feel better about it, about yourself and about what you're doing, your reality is different. So, anyways, Aaron Doughty. I just wanted to share kind of a YouTube channel. He puts a video out every day, and today his video, I don't watch every single video, but today his video, he did mention that when he started, he had no views, and it was really hard for him to talk about, what he wanted to talk about, which was having success, being positive, when anyone can come on your channel and say, no one's watching you. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Why would you do that? And then shift a few years later where he has lots of subscribers. He's definitely a full-time YouTuber. I don't know what else he does, or, if he sells courses or whatever. But, you can definitely, when you kind of follow his story or go check him out, you can definitely see how somebody that's just a normal person can shift their thinking and try something new, and their whole life changes. So just something that I wanted to share with y'all. I thought it was a nice thought. Something else. So, I've been going inside my brain where I used to think, yeah, you have to work for free. If you have an idea, you have to prove it. You've got to work for free. Where I've had that thought and I've believed it, but now I'm starting to question, yes, you can work for free and you can be successful and eventually something can make money, but can you just make money with an idea just out the gate? It might not be customers, it might not be investors, it might not be a million things. Maybe it's you've saved $20,000 and you're going to give yourself 3 months to achieve a goal, and you're going to pay yourself. There's a million ways, I'm sure, to get from A to B, obviously. But I don't know, it's just an idea. Are we kind of sabotaging ourselves by working for free when we're starting something new? Because I feel like maybe if we shifted the idea of you've got to make money out the gate, or else your business idea isn't actually a business idea. It's just it's something different at that moment. Figure out a way to make money day one, and maybe you grow bigger, faster, stronger, and it's an actual company with paychecks, even if it's just you. There's plenty of business ideas, and you could have $1 million business ideas, and you're the only person working on it. You don't have to have a staff. You don't have to have, you definitely don't have to have an office. But, there's ideas that you could work for free. Or maybe it's that you take client work while you're building this other arm of your company. You have to be mindful of, is your client work totally overshadowing everything, and then you're never going to get to the stuff that you want to do, which is what I did, I think, for 10 years. But I quit. I quit working for money. So I know that's some sort of key to the process. I don't work for money, but at the same time, I don't work for free. So I'm trying to figure out, what does that mean in my mind? And Monique, the comedian Monique, I was kind of diving into her story somehow. I don't even know how. It's really weird how things can kind of just come into your view. But I knew that she had, when she took the Precious movie, and they were trying to say she was difficult. So the Precious story, I didn't know all the ins and outs. But so I've been watching Monique interviews on YouTube, just kind of trying to get the story down and when she talked about stuff. So she did there was the controversy around Precious and how she didn't want to go to the Cannes Film Festival for free. And then there was a second thing where Netflix had offered her money to do a special on Netflix, and they offered her only $500,000, where they offered bigger stars, but they offered them like $12 million and 15 like millions of dollars, whereas they just offered her $500,000, and she exposed it. And then come to find out, they only offered Wanda Sykes $250,000 for a special. You know, so those two things, I remember when they happened. But I'm checking it out now because it's somehow it's relevant to what's going on in my thinking process. And I don't even know how the video came up in my subscription or my feed of YouTube, but it came up. And so, yeah, I'm diving deep into Monique and her kind of struggles and the things that she's done, because I feel like in her story there is some sort of answer in the working for free dilemma in my mind. So with the Precious controversy, so her friend was the director, Lee something. His name, the director of Precious, is not a household name in my brain, so sorry. He's, I'm sure, super famous, but I don't know his name. Lee something. If I even tried to remember it off the top of my head, it's not gonna be there. But I know it's Lee because of all the interviews that I've watched where she's talking about him. But she was his friend, and she had said he had offered her the role in Precious, and he said, "I got you $50,000, so I got you paid." And she just kind of looked at him and she said, you know, "Thank you very much, but I make $50,000 in 1 hour doing stand-up comedy. So, yes, I'll do the movie, but it's not because of this money. It's because I want to do the movie, and you're my friend, and this sounds like a good project." So she got $50,000 plus 5% of the movie, whatever the money the movie made. So, which I think she kind of got screwed on that too down the line. I don't know the details on that yet. But so she made the movie. It was edited, ready to go. It was great. And then I guess Oprah got involved. It was in the Cannes Film Festival. And they wanted her to go to the film festival. And she said, "I'm busy, but thank you very much," because it wasn't in her contract that she had to do anything else except act in the movie and to show up for that and do her job, and that was it. But because the movie was obviously great and it was a hit, now it came to light, okay, they wanted to do all these things with the movie. But she said, "No, thank you very much, I'm busy. I'm not gonna," and I'm gonna dive in or try to look more into what exactly they wanted. Did they say, "We'll get your hotel, we'll get your festival pass, we'll get your this, we'll get your that"? All you got to do is hop on a plane and do it for free. Spend a week, you know. Or if they were like, "Why don't you just go ahead and pay for everything yourself, and you're going to make this money back because this movie is going to be so successful, and you've got this magical 5% of the entire revenue of this whole film." Which she never did the movie for money. She did the movie for art. So if she has plenty of money, and she's not contractually obligated to sell this movie, why would she go on to kind of invest all this money into making this movie, investing her own money and time into making this movie successful? Plus, she already knows how to make money, you know? She knows how to stand on a stage and make $50,000 in 1 hour. She's got something that most people don't understand. So anyway, so then that became, she's difficult. And not to mention, when I'm thinking about it, this movie had Oprah backing it, who I think everyone knows Oprah is a billionaire. So Oprah can't, I'm sure, I don't know how it all was, how it was explained to her, what the full story is, obviously. But I do believe her when she's talking about it. It's like she has a specific story that she was not contractually obligated. There was no win for her to go and do it unless she just wanted to happen to go to the Cannes Film Festival that year, which is probably not very exciting for her when she could spend quality time with her family, I don't know. There's a lot to it. But if a Oprah level person's invested in this movie and there's all this money to be made, it actually doesn't make sense for her to spend $1 of her own money. Use it as from the advertising budget to send her to go promote the film. I mean, that does seem very reasonable. And it seems very reasonable for her to not expect to be forced to go around for free. So anyway, I'm looking into it. Her story is there's something there. And so I'm diving deeper into it. The other thing with the Netflix thing, when they offered her $500,000, I think, the argument was like, you're not as big of a star as Amy Schumer is. So, and she wasn't saying, I don't want Amy Schumer, I'm proud of her for what she's done. It has nothing to do with me. $500,000 is not worth that. That's not a good deal. That's an insulting deal, I guess. But then it came out that Wanda Sykes was only offered $250,000 for her special. And then so I'm wondering if there was back end money. I don't know. But it does sound a little fishy to be offered such low money. But, I don't know. There's something, I think she understands something. And I'm trying to dive in. I want to know what Monique knows, because I think she's fighting for something important. Yeah, it's an interesting story. So I invite you to check it out. I guess we're at 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up the show. Have a great Friday, everyone, and I really appreciate you coming back to listen. If you're out there and you're here, that's really awesome. Okay, so I don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.